Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back again to give you exciting information about what we have for you. And this channel is all about making IMGs succeed. So if you've not liked, followed, and subscribed to the channel, I suggest you do that just now. Now, without further ado, what we will talk about is today going to the specifics on how you can search for a job in the NHS, get one. If you're overseas, relocate, start your job, settle in, and everything that comes with that. Now, with that said, let's quickly have a quick and short review. So last week we had a really interesting conversation and discussion. If you've not seen the video, please go back and check it out. Now, we talked about the opportunities that does exist in the NHS, and it's over 12,000 of those. But that doesn't mean the jobs are handed out. Now, with that said, you need to fight and compete for your place. We talked about the data in Scotland, the data in England, we talked about the data in Wales, and we talked about the data in Northern Ireland. Oh, let me revert. So it's easier to understand this as news as NEWS. So that's Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. So that will be the nomenclature I'll be using throughout the rest of these videos. So I've broken that down in the previous video, giving the statistics and what's growing. I've given the statistics in terms of the nationalities that work in the NHS from all over the world, over 100 nationalities, and where and who comes from where. Now, in addition, in our video, we talked about active and direct application. And active recruitment is unlikely for candidates that are in the red list. And a number of countries are in the red list: Nigeria, Ghana, Zambia, Afghanistan, Uganda, and a host of other countries. Direct application, however, doesn't have the restriction that applies to the red list. So you can apply for the job and pursue it. So let's now look at what we will be talking about. But before I go there, we also did mention that you would need to apply, put in about 10 to 27 applications to get one interview. Now, that's the case. Now, let's go back to news again. So that's Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. Now, in the Northern Ireland, probably the biggest job website that you would find that you should be considering applying to is the Health and Social Care Board website, and you would see most of the jobs that exist in the Northern Ireland for doctors. In England, there are probably two big websites. You have nhsjobs.com and you have www.healthjobsuk.com, probably the biggest websites. In Wales, you have the NHS Wales website, and that's on the screen right there. And in Scotland, you have the NHS Scotland website. So it's fantastic for the other websites that, of course, carries jobs that are advertised in the NHS. And you have Indeed, for instance, you have BMJ Careers, you have Glassdoor even. And so all of this, you have jobs in the private sector. So NES, for instance. And you have, for instance, other private sector key players like the HCA. And the London Clinic, for instance. And all of those are examples where you can apply for jobs. So I'm going to dive in much more into the conversation. We're going to be showing you how you can search the database of the various websites I've listed to get the jobs of your dream. Yes, the job of your dream. And then you also, when you get the job that you're interested in, we need to look at your CV to see that it's a good fit for the job or for the role. Then we talk about interview strategies, what works and what doesn't. Negotiating your offers. Yes, don't make mistakes so that HR don't take all of the stakes. Then you may need to understand relocation if it applies to you. If you're applying from overseas, then you of course need to understand relocation, things around visas, coming to the new country, banking, food, clothes, and all of that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And then starting your new role. How do you fit in? How do you adjust? Keep watching and stay with us. We're going to give you everything you need.